Growing up, I was never really a fanatic of any boy band. It was all about the girl groups for me, but you know how that goes. I never got the appeal of Menudo, but that wasn't a surprise because culturally, I was not their target audience. I liked New Edition, but my sister's love for them was enormous for the both of us. New Kids on the Block, they were white. Catchy songs though. But baby, High Five was the group for me. I remember watching the music video for their debut single, Just Can't Handle It, sometime in late 1990 and thinking, they cute. What am I gonna do? But that was it. But then in January 1991, I would never forget this. I was listening to Power 99 FM in Philadelphia on a Sunday afternoon when I first heard I Like the Way the Kissing Game. I was absolutely blown away. The song was a New Jack Swing track, but it was so lush and so sweet. Similar to Guy's 1988 hit, I Like. The things you do to me. Makes sense as both songs were produced by the iconic Teddy Riley. I Like the Way encapsulated everything that makes a pop song perfect. That's when I knew I was in love with High Five. My mother, may she rest in peace and bless her soul, even as she struggled with addiction, made sure I had money to buy Black Beat and Right On magazines. I'd rip out every and any picture of High Five to hang on the specific section of my bedroom that I affectionately called my High Five wall. My favorite member was Russ O'Neal. Don't Google him, it would ruin this story. There was this specific edition of Right On magazine that featured Russell front and center on the cover photo of High Five. My heart still flutters thinking about it. Formed in Waco, Texas, High Five emerged in the early 1990s as younger R&B groups like Boyz II Men, Shy, and Silk were carrying the influence of New Edition to the upper regions of the Billboard Hot 100. And High Five's Can't Wait Another Minute arrived in the middle of that momentum. 'Cause I can't wait another minute. I can't wait another minute. Written and produced by Eric Foster White. I gotta say, every time I think about Eric Foster White, I know he's done amazing songs, but the one that always sticks out to me is Email My Heart by Britney Spears. It is what it is. Anyway, Eric wrote and produced Can't Wait Another Minute and features High Five members Tony Thompson and Toriano Easley on lead vocals. Unfortunately, Toriano was sentenced to 10 years in prison just before the release of the group's debut album. So a new member had to join the group, and that new member was Treston Murphy. And it is Treston that is featured in the Antoine Fuqua directed music video for Can't Wait Another Minute, lip-syncing to Easley's vocals. Yes, that is a lot. Can't Wait Another Minute would reach number 8 on the Hot 100 and top the R&B chart in the summer of 1991. My love for High Five, like most of my teenage obsessions, would subside. I rode with them throughout their second album, but by their third, Russ O'Neal was no longer in the group, and the lineup was pretty unrecognizable. The group would encounter immense trauma and great loss in the years that followed. But for a few years in the early 1990s, a group of young men from Texas flew high on the pop charts, and I was an adoring fan who was along for most of the flight.